Have you ever been on the way to the trail, feeling confident, happy, and carefree, just wanting to ride? Think again. We've all been in the position showing up to the trail missing an important item, whether it be water, a helmet, or in this case, shoes. Now, I'm riding without shoes here to make the case very extreme, but we're going to discuss the importance of making a checklist so that we don't end up in this predicament. Today's checklist is specific to mountain biking, but the list could be adjusted to fit any sport or outdoor activity. Let's get started. Now, it goes without saying that you should have your bike and bike rack checked and ready before you even hit the trail, because without them, you're not going to make it there with a bike. So this is the first really important thing that you should have ready. Secure it and check the bike. It's part of the list, but it is kind of midway down because I think that this is really self-explanatory. Now, when you're making the list, you could either doodle and make it a cool cartoon like I did, or you could take a computer and type it up so you could print it and laminate it. I prefer the cartoon checklist, and I'll have files of both of these available in the description below. The list is broken up into stuff you want to get from the inside of your house and stuff you want to get ready outside near your car. The first on the list is proper attire: shoes, riding gear, and whatever shorts or pants you're going to wear. Now, riding gear is different for every person, so you're going to have to make the list fit your needs. Our shoes are always in our car, and if they're not, then we got to have the list ready and check it over, because shoes are the most important thing when you're riding. My girlfriend wears DCs and I wear Vans. Both of them have really good bottoms, so they grip to the pedals. They're not mountain bike specific, but they do the job for our intermediate skill set. Once we improve a little bit more, we'll definitely advance and upgrade our shoes and riding gear. But for the time being, get what you can and get out on the trails, because it really doesn't matter as long as it works. Debatably, the most important would be water and hydration. Try to get whatever sort of gallon of water or Gatorade ready before the ride and put in the car. Now, my list isn't really in order, it's just there to make sure that I don't forget any of this stuff, because all of them are equally as important when you're out on the ride. Snacks are really important on the trail. If you're feeling weak and tired, then have a PB&J, a banana, or a Snickers bar. If you forget this stuff, you're going to really hate yourself whenever you're halfway through the trail and you want to turn around because you have no energy and didn't bring any of this stuff when you're preparing for the trail ride. A medical kit is really self-explanatory. You don't want to get in a position where you are hurt and don't have the proper supplies to mend the wound for the time being before you get to the hospital. Now, hopefully there's no serious injuries while you're riding, but just in case, you really want to have this prepared and ready to go. Number one on the list for the outside stuff would have to be a bike check and making sure that your rack is secure and ready for your bike. Now, this should be a no-brainer for everyone, because if you're on your way to the mountain bike trail and you leave your house without your mountain bike, then I don't know what world you live in, because that's number one. You should always remember that you need your bike to ride on the trails. Next on the list would be tools and replacement parts for your bike. If anything goes wrong on the trail, there should be a toolkit at the trailhead, but if not, make sure that you have your own to be prepared for whatever happens. I have a full toolkit. I keep inner tubes, lube, and whatever spare parts I really need. Gas is on this list, but it's kind of also a no-brainer. I just look at my gas meter in my car and make sure that I have enough to get to the spot I need to go. Most importantly would be your helmet. Some people call it lid or maybe a bucket, but I have a full face helmet that I wear. I live in Florida and don't do any downhill, but it's really saved my butt a bunch of times. If you have a trail helmet or any sort of helmet, that's going to be perfect, because you really just want to protect yourself and make sure you're not out there trying to look cool and forget that we're human and break pretty easily. A hydro pack might not seem like a necessity to a beginner or someone new to mountain biking, but hydration is number one on the trail. Not only does this allow me to take up to 2 liters of water with me, it also adds protection to my back if I were to fall, and this has really helped me out in some serious crashes recently. I almost wear this exclusively to add protection to my back. The last and most important item on the checklist would be happiness. Starting the trail day off happy and healthy is the most important because you don't want to show up with an ego or a bad attitude on the trail. Always remember that everyone has their own experiences out there and we're all different skill levels, so bring happiness and friendliness whenever you hit the trail. That's all for me today. I'm off to ride, and I used this checklist to make sure I was prepared. If you have any ideas or different tips for your own checklist, please let me know in the comments below. I'd love to see what you guys do with this, and I hope that it really helped you out. Like I said in the beginning of the video, I'll link the files in the description below. Now I have two versions, a cartoon one and a printable one, for two different kinds of people. I really like the cartoon one because it's just fun and really jumps out at you. If you'd prefer to modify yours, then use the printable one because that's just a Word document file. I put the sheet into this plastic slip, so it's kind of like a lamination. I then put it on the fridge so that every time that I go ride, it's the first thing I see in the morning, and I'll remember to hit all the notes on the list. Now, if this video helped you out, please give the video a thumbs up and make sure to share your ideas for the list. If you saw any products in this video you would like to see a review about,